In today's news, basketball is around the corner. We'll have an update on Zoomania tonight.
And we'll tell you how to vote in your mail ballots for voting season next on Murrow News 8.
From the Northwest Public Broadcasting Studios on the campus of Washington State University, this is Murrow News 8.
Hello and welcome to Murrow News 8. Happy Friday to everyone watching. I'm Jose.
And I'm Olivia Mayo.
Basketball is back. Come out to Zoomania today at 8:30 p.m. Come meet your new men's and women's basketball teams. There will also be a chance to see a three-point contest, dunk contest, and more.
Ballots are officially on their way to voters for the general election in Washington State on November 5th. Counties must mail ballots to voters by October 18th, which is the 18th day voting period begins. Registered voters do not need to request a ballot. Ballots are automatically mailed to the address of the voters have registered. If you haven't registered to vote, you can still do so online until October 28th. You can also register in person at a county election center through Election Day.
Barack and Michelle Obama will make their first appearances alongside Democratic presidential candidate Kamala Harris on the campaign trail next week with the goal of providing a powerful boost in the closing weeks of the election. According to a Harris campaign senior official, Harris is scheduled to appear with the former president in Georgia on October 24th and with Michelle Obama in Michigan on the 26th. The specific cities and times in the key swing states have not yet been announced. The Washington State Department of Agriculture said it's investigating the possible sighting of murder hornets in Port Orchard, Washington. According to the WSDA, the northern giant hornet, also known as murder hornets, are the world's largest species of hornets. WSDA said the first known sighting of murder hornets was in Washington State in 2019. Since then, there have been reports in 2020 and 2021 before being eradicated.
The state may use your driving habits to make roads safer, and you may not know it. Earlier this year, state legislator approved funding to purchase data from traffic-related cell phone applications to access driver information, including how fast they're going and when they're on their phones.
In Washington State, Republicans face a doom loop in future elections. It wasn't that long ago that Washington was a politically competitive state. In 2000, the presidential race in Washington was rated as competitive by leading handicappers, and Democrat Al Gore ended up winning it by a modest 5-point margin. Although Democrats have held the governorship continuously since 1985, Republicans made serious runs for the governorship as recently as 2004, 2008, and 2012.
Construction continues on the sidewalks on College Hill as the crew tries to get it done before weather gets cold. Cooper Morgan has more for us on this story.
Dry weather is coming to an end, and with it, a deadline for construction projects in Pullman, which means a busy time of year for somebody like Cindy Arbor, the project manager at Facility Services Capital.
We are trying to wrap up some outdoor projects before winter sets in, and so far we've been lucky with our weather. So it's still looking good, still looking dry.
One of these projects is the sidewalk replacement project on Northeast Orchard Drive. This construction, which is happening between the intersection at Fairway Lane and the Valley Road playfields, is set to finish by late October, says Arbor.
This is one of the main connections between the apartments, outside of campus and the university. A lot of folks use this sidewalk, so we're trying to make it wide enough for pedestrians and bicyclists and have it a shared use path. So it's been a big project for us that we've been wanting to do for quite some time. We're finally getting moving on it, so it's exciting.
The project has caused some disruptions to foot traffic, however. When I asked about it via a social media post, some students mentioned how they were concerned with safety. Another student said that it was annoying.
Arbor says that step one is to remember the basics. Don't look down at your phone while crossing the street, and look both ways before doing so. Stuff we learned in kindergarten. Step two is for both drivers and pedestrians to pay attention to signage like this, which will let them know a better and safer route for them to take.
The project, which initially was put out to bid almost 4 years ago in April of 2020, was disrupted by COVID. Since then, Arbor says that the increase in construction costs and building costs have stalled the revamp of the sidewalk until now. Arbor says the project was originally on a bigger scale, with landscaping and new lighting setups that were separate portions of the bid but didn't get picked up. Now, they are laying empty conduit that can be fully utilized later when more budget is available.
So far everything is going pretty smoothly. The contractor is just running fast out there. It's amazing how quick they're going. So they're motivated, they want to get this done hopefully by the end of October, fingers crossed. We'll see, yeah, they're looking at the weather too, and they're hoping to get it done as quickly as possible. So.
In Pullman, I'm Cooper Morgan.
The university is continuing the homecoming festivities this weekend and welcoming alum back to campus. The WCU Alumni Association is partnering with the ASWSU, IFC, Panhellenic, and Resident Life to put on a pep rally from 5 to 8 p.m. today at the Lewis Alumni Center. The event will feature local food vendors, a beer garden, and student DJ Tanaka. Tomorrow, there will be a Crimson Gray gathering from 9:30 a.m. to noon on the Lewis Alumni Center lawn. The event will include outdoor games, an interactive photo booth, a bun-making station, snacks, and refreshments. A chance to win WSU merchandise and music from the local DJ Brian Mackey. Our reporter Braden is out on Greek Row right now. Braden, what's going on out there?
This weekend. Thank you, Jose. With homecoming this weekend, there are plenty of events happening around campus. The Alumni Association is hosting a homecoming pep rally tonight from 5 to 8 p.m. at the Alumni Lewis Center. There will be a student DJ. A beer garden, fan interaction, local celebrities, and more. Student athletes will also be there to cheer on our Cougs. There will also be the Gerson Hall. Murrow College is also hosting a homecoming tailgate Saturday from 9:30 a.m. for free. Tickets will be $25 if you want to buy a bucket hat. Thank you guys. Back to you.
Coming up next, we'll update you with whooping cough around the town and an annual pumpkin patch run.
Touchdown! Oh, did you see that? Whoa, we scored?
Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs.
I can't believe I missed that.
Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone.
What? I should take your phone away.
No. I'll call for a ride. Hey, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine.
But I need that back.
No.
Kevin!
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Yo, Scott.
Hey.
I'm heading out, man. You want to ride?
No, I got my car, but I actually really need to go to the bathroom.
Oh, you know what? I was just in there. The line is like 10 people long.
You know, I think I'll just...
Dude, are you okay?
You wouldn't believe what I was just thinking. I am definitely buzzed.
Yeah.
I think I will take this, and I will take that ride home.
Smart man.
Did you see how that dog was looking at me?
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies. Selfies, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
Whooping cough spreads in Pullman as immunity among vaccinated students begins to weaken. Vaccinations against the whooping cough do not provide a lifetime immunity. Students are encouraged to get revaccinated every 10 years. WSU Pullman announced its first case of the whooping cough on campus on September 24th, By October 1st, 4 new cases of whooping cough had been announced. The school is now dealing with 28 positive cases of whooping cough.
The Endicott Community Club is hosting a pumpkin festival and pumpkin run tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. in Endicott, Washington. The event will feature games, food, contests, and a 5K fun run. If you're unable to make it in person, you can participate virtually at runsignup.com.
The University of Idaho is reporting that the 2024 freshman class is the largest in school history. According to a U of I news release, there are 2,025 first-time students enrolled this fall, which is 8.3% increase over the fall of 2023. This is the third record-breaking freshman class in many years. The Alumni Association is hosting a Crimson and Gray homecoming gathering this Saturday before the football game. The association said there will be a live DJ, food, and games for students and families. The event will be hosted at the Lewis Alumni Center from 9:30 to noon.
The Whitman County Rural Library District is seeking a new director. The library announced in a news release Tuesday that Director Cody Allen will resign after a little more than 2 years in the position. His last day is October 25th. The search for a new director will begin in the coming months. All official announcements, postings, and updates will be found on the library's Facebook page and website.
A driver is in serious condition after a bush fire caused 3 car accidents in Whitman County on Monday. Police say that the fire caused the driver of a Jeep Cherokee to swerve into the opposite lane, colliding with a Mustang. The Mustang then moved into the other lane, hitting a semi-truck. The driver of the Cherokee was rushed to the hospital in Spokane. The other 2 drivers were uninjured.
A 67-year-old Moscow man, convicted of 2 counts of charges related to possessing child pornography, was sentenced to 5 years of probation Thursday. Judge John Judge suspended Nathaniel Pava's 10-year prison sentence as part of a plea agreement. Pava will have to register as a sex offender in addition to his probation.
Idaho District 7 Senate race is heating up as Democratic candidate Bill Farmers is challenging Republican Cindy Carlson for the seat. Farmers said he is running to restore the trust and balance in the public schools and to keep public funds in public schools. Carlson said he will continue to support legislation that protects Idaho's First and Second Amendment rights. Farmers said he wasn't originally going to run, but didn't want the seat to go unopposed.
Coming up next, WSU's new training facility is up and ready. Also, some great news on free meals for students. Next.
There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread and kissed them all soundly and put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
So, I just moved in with his family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that! That's disgusting! Oh, poop already! You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
The Taylor Sports Complex facility is about to be open. After closing down the Bubble, which was the football's indoor practice facility, WSU decided it was time for a new practice facility. Ribbon cutting ceremonies start at 9:30 a.m. tomorrow. Anyone is welcome.
70% of Washington Public School students now have access to free meals, but more funds are needed to keep the state's recently expanded program running. Nearly 800,000 kids are eating free meals in school after the legislature expanded access, but the state will need to come up with more money if it wants to continue the program.
The long-planned safety improvements for State Route 26 west of Colfax are officially complete after the beginning of the project back in June. The Washington State Department of Transportation's project opens a fourth passing lane segment between Dusty and Colfax, which will be the new climbing lane between the fairgrounds and Colfax. Crews added 4 passing lanes between Dusty and Colfax over the past 2 summers. Funding for the works was allocated by the legislation with gas tax increase that was approved in 2015.
A 2-vehicle accident on Way Road near milepost 11 on Thursday morning resulted in serious injuries for one driver and a citation for the other. Whitman County Sheriff's deputies responded to the scene shortly after 10 a.m. Initial reports indicate that the collision occurred when the driver of a northbound GMC passenger truck crossed over the center of the road and struck a southbound GMC truck traveling in the opposite direction. The driver of the southbound vehicle sustained significant injuries and was trapped in the vehicle before being extracted by emergency crews. He was subsequently airlifted to St. Joseph's Regional Hospital in Lewiston for treatment. The driver of the northbound truck, identified as 37-year-old Joshua Goodwin of Clarkston, Washington, was not injured in the crash. He was cited for negligent driving.
Downtown Pullman construction impacts businesses differently. April was just the beginning of the construction in downtown, leaving businesses to fend for themselves with limited space. Main Street for Spring Street to Grand Street Ave has been flooded. Gravel from the streets. Construction should be finished around late November.
WSU will be hosting a congressional candidate debate between Republican Michael Bumgarner and Democrat Carmela Conroy in Gertson Hall on Monday. Pullman native Bumgarner and Spokane native Conroy are running to replace Republican Kathy McMorris Rogers, who is retiring from Congress. The debate will be hosted by the Foley Institute for Public Policy and will start at 6 p.m.
And you know, now that it's getting a little bit colder outside as we're getting into fall, let's hear about our weather from Brooke.
Yeah, thanks, Olivia. So today we're looking at a cooler day. It's getting down into the 30s for the low. We have some slight wind, which is going to make it a little chillier. Getting into tomorrow, while it does look to be a little hotter, it's going to be 66. There will be rain, so you're still going to want to bundle up for that game because it's going to seem chillier with that rain coming down and just slight wind. Looking at the state map, pretty similar weather across the state. Looks like Tri-Cities in central Washington is getting a little bit hotter than the rest of the state. Pullman and Spokane still having a little bit more sun left today, but not for long. We'll be joining Olympia and Seattle pretty soon. And looking at our 5-day forecast, tomorrow it's getting down a little, or getting a little hotter, but that rain. And then Sunday we have a high of 72. Monday that rain comes back, a high of 53. Tuesday 54, and sticking around the same on Wednesday. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Brooke. Coming up next, WSU volleyball advances after a great win yesterday, and former Coup Kalman Mardozo makes some history.
Days, months.
Hey, I'm Jim from across the street.
Years.
I'd like to give you this.
A lifetime. Can rush by without realizing what we're missing. But it doesn't have to be that way. We have a choice to take action. Visit maketheconnection.net to find out more.
Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why did the girl ask the mushroom to dance? Because he was a fun guy. What do you call a pig that knows karate? Pork chop. So how does a tissue dance? Put a little boogie on it.
After coming off a win against Fresno State last weekend, the Cougs are looking to become bowl eligible by winning their 6th game this Saturday against the 2-4 Hawaii Rainbow Warriors. Saturday's game will be the 5th time both schools have met in football. Overall, the Cougs are 1-3 against Hawaii, with their only win coming in 1929. Saturday's homecoming game will kick off at 12:30 p.m. from Martin Stadium. On to volleyball, WSU battled through a rough second set to beat conference rival Oregon State in 4 sets with a final score of 3-1 on Thursday at Bowler Gym in Pullman. Sage Brustad led the team with 19 kills while adding 6 digs and an assist. The Cougs have won 3 straight games for the 3rd time this season. Cougs are back on the road this Saturday to play San Diego at noon. On to soccer, they play tomorrow. After a tie to Portland last Saturday, they will be heading to Spokane to play Gonzaga at 6 p.m. tomorrow. The Cougs will be on the road the next few weeks, with having their next home game November 6. Gonzaga ranked number 6 in the AP preseason national poll and is the favorite to win the 2024-25 WCC men's basketball regular season title in a vote of the WCC's 11 head coaches. The Cougs projected to be ranked 5th. As the Pac-12 gets new members, our reporter Joey had the chance to get student reactions.
It's super exciting.
Over the past month, there's been exciting news for Pac-12 basketball as Gonzaga, San Diego State, Colorado State, Utah State, Fresno State, and Boise State have all joined the conference.
So it was once a historic football conference. That narrative shifts a little bit now, as 6 out of the 8 teams that are joining the Pac-12 were just in March Madness last year. This has many fans and people who have been a part of the team very excited and optimistic of what's to come.
I had the chance to talk with Alex Yano, the former WSU Director of Operations, now at Stanford with Kyle Smith, and he had this to say.
And just as a fan, I would be really excited about this kind of new age of the Pac-12, of what they're building over there.
Saying this could be a conference that can make it far in March.
I think it's going to be a league that's really well represented, come the big dance in March, and, that's when it all matters.
Alakai, who works for the women's basketball team, says he's excited for these new matchups and some new rivalries.
These potential matchups become rivalries, and especially the Gonzaga one too, obviously. Nothing more exciting than Gonzaga. I know they used to play every year almost in the 80s, and I think it's going to be really exciting for the eastern state of Washington.
It's safe to say there's a lot of anticipation for the 2026 season in the new Pac-12 conference, but for now, we wait as the Cougs stay in the WCC this year and host their first game November 4th against Portland State. Joey Early, Murrow News 8.
Some coaching news as Virginia men's basketball coach Tony Bennett, who led WSU to 2 NCAA tournaments, has announced his retirement. Bennett ends his career not just as Virginia's all-time wins leader with a 364 and 136 record over 15 seasons in Charlottesville and a 3-time National Coach of the Year.
This game, I think it's right for players, student athletes to receive revenue. Please don't mistake me. I do. I think it is. But the game and college athletics is not in a healthy spot. It's not. And there needs to be change. And it's not going to go back. I think I was equipped to do the job here the old way. And that's who I am, and that's how it was. And my staff has buoyed me along to get to this point. But there needs to be change. It's going to be closer to a professional model, Coach Carlisle. I think it is, where there's got to be collective bargaining. There has to be a restriction on the salary pool that teams can spend. There has to be transfer regulation restrictions. There has to be some limits on the agent involvement to these young guys. And there are good agents and there are bad agents, and they're driving some of this stuff that we're in. And I worry a lot about the mental health of the student athletes as all this stuff comes down.
Happy retirement, Coach. Former Coug Kyle Manzardo hit his first career postseason home run.
He has kept Rocchio pinned to first base. 3-1, hitters count. Manzardo drives one way back. Goodbye. Kyle Manzardo, his first career postseason home run. The rookie.
That home run would give the Guardians a 2-1 lead in the bottom of the third inning. Game 4 continues tonight at 5 p.m. with the Yankees up 2-1 in the series.
Up next is a special day for delicious treats. We'll tell you what treats and some history behind it.
Dad, they took over my bedroom. Come on, come on. Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. Dad! You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
There. Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why did the girl ask the mushroom to dance? Because he was a fun guy. What do you call a pig that knows karate? Pork chop. Why was the basketball court all wet? Why? Because the players kept dribbling all over it. Can I tell you another one? So how does a tissue dance? Put a little boogie on it. What's Beethoven's favorite fruit? Banana. What is a boxer's favorite drink? Fruit punch.
Today is National Chocolate Cupcake Day. Eating chocolate on October 18th has been a tradition since 1976. If you feel like having a chocolate treat, then today would be the day.
Maybe I'll just have to get a chocolate cupcake today.
Right, as well.
Same. Should be good. Thank you for watching our show. We hope you enjoyed some great content and hope you all have a fantastic weekend. To everyone who has a family in town, have a great time at the football game this Saturday. See ya.